What's going on, everybody? This is Andre Taylor, President and CEO of Taylor Made Solutions, and I am so excited here because I have the one and only Anita Kirkland. How are you doing, Miss Anita?
I am fabulous, Andre. Good to see you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for taking out the time and to share with us. I know you have some really powerful things you want to share on today, so I'm excited to share you on our channel, on our platforms. As everybody may or may not know, we provide small business solutions, and we know that is definitely an area that you touch on and helping women specifically, and you help train and you coach. And I know you wear a lot of hats. There's a lot that you do, so I'm gonna kind of save that for later, if you will. So, real quick, if you're a professional, a businesswoman, you're feeling stressed out in this very fast-paced society, maybe you're overwhelmed because you have so many responsibilities like we all do. Maybe you're just flat out tired with a never-ending to-do list that's controlling you. I need you to hold on tight because you are at the right place. This is the right time, and this is for you without a doubt. Like I said, I'm with the one and only Miss Anita Kirkman, and I'm super excited because she is the owner of Vision and Purpose Coaching and Training and the creator of the Purpose, Passion, and Profits, also known as the P3 Mountain Top Breakthrough Experience. She is an aspiring and dedicated certified life and business coach. She's into leadership training. She's a facilitator of that, a speaker who's been featured on several internet, local area talk, radio, TV shows. She's big time, y'all. Long story short, she's also a proven leader with 30 plus years of experience with an impressive array of business sectors, including engineering, government, financial services, direct sales, as well as personal and professional development in the training industry. She's also committed to empowering business and professional women to move from frustration to freedom by transforming their mindsets about time, money, self, and leadership. Known as many as she is the keep it real coach. Anita has that unique ability to get to the core of what holds her clients back so they break through the barriers and sail to success. So again, Anita, welcome, welcome, welcome. I got a few questions and I will let you get back to your busy life. So again,
No rush, Andre. I'm good.
All right, awesome, awesome. So Anita, we're here to talk about your upcoming event, the P3 Mountaintop Breakthrough Experience. So my first question for you is, what is it?
Wow, that's a great question. And one of the reasons that I call it experience is because it's just that. The typical women's conference will have a keynote speaker, they'll have panel discussions, they'll have breakouts, and all of those are great. I really enjoy and love women's conferences, but what I wanted to do was take the women away so we could go much deeper. So we strip off the labels. We don't have titles. We don't have positions. We don't have ranks. We have real. So it's about coming together and really through experiential type learning. There is the learning where to somebody speaking, you're taking notes. There's a learning where you get a concept and you actually, through some type of activity or exercise or sharing, you get to put it into use right away. And my objective for every single woman that walks through that door is to leave transformed in a more positive way than when they first came through the door. And God has granted me the option or opportunity to be able to do that. This is the fifth one that I'll be doing. And each time it gets bigger, it gets better, it gets greater. And truly, I give all the credit and glory to him because he's the one that's conducting it in the first place. I'm the vessel that he uses. And so this particular one, I'm very excited about. It's been a couple of years since I've done one. And had many challenges to overcome myself in marriage and health and not raising, they're already grown, but adult children. They're still my sons. I don't care how old. If I'm 108, I'm still mama. So, and dealing with that and extended family issues, it's just been one thing after another. And God has allowed me to survive all those things, and not only survive, but thrive through them. And so this one's going to be an epic one because the person that's showing up in this one is a transformed person from the other four. So I'm really excited to share all the things that I've been through and what I've grown and learned through those situations, and understanding there are other people that are going through similar or even, the same challenges or other challenges. And so it's just to come together to give them an opportunity to work on themselves, away from family, away from job, away from all the other stuff. We're going to leave the stress and all that stuff behind and go to the mountains and, hey, do what we got to do to break through and go into sail, like you said, toward that transformation that I'm so desiring for women to have and be.
Absolutely. That's super powerful. And maybe I feel like you already answered my next question, but I'm going
to
just in case. But so I'm trying to figure out for the listeners, if you haven't answered this already, how does this conference or this experience differ from other women's conferences or meetings?
Well, one thing is, I would say it's more akin to a retreat because we're going to be staying overnight. It's going to start on a Thursday evening. And Thursday is designed for you to kind of shake it off, all the stuff that you're carrying or been through, the stress, the overwhelm, the frustration. We're going to leave behind the husband, the kids, the job, whatever, whomever, and shake all that off. Thursday, we'll do a meet and greet, and we'll get to know each other better and set up how we're going to do the weekend. So first of all, we do have overnights included in the investment of the experience. And then there's more experiential learning, meaning it's not just about sitting down and taking a bunch of notes while I'm talking at you all the time. Because first of all, I don't want to hear me talk all the time. So I want to make sure I give them a concept and then they get a chance to do something. So we're constantly moving. You don't get a chance to get bored, and you're not going to get sleepy on me because first of all, I don't allow that. So I'll make sure I keep people engaged. And as you can tell, I love to laugh, love to have humor. That's a part of it. And my goal is for them not only to leave transformed, but to have skills and to have tools, like a toolkit they can take back into the real world and be able to function and continue the process that we started when we were having our mountaintop experience. Yeah. So that and keeping it small, and the fact that I get to go deep because I get to do actual coaching with these ladies. And that's why I keep it small for a reason, and you just don't come just because you want to be there. It's a process. So I vet people. I'm just going to tell you, hey, I just want to make sure it's a fit because it's not for everybody. And, we'll probably get into that a little bit later with another question that you might ask me, but it's not for everyone. I'll be the first to say that. But I pray and I know who's supposed to be there. So I put it out there, and God brings the people that are supposed to be there.
Absolutely. That is a perfect segue to my next question, which is, who do you feel would be most benefit, or who would benefit most by attending this breakthrough experience event?
Well, thank you. Yes, absolutely. So I would say the professional female, I tend to work with professionals, whether they own their own business or they work in a business in a leadership position, that they have a lot of roles. And so many times we're so busy taking care of everybody else, doing everything for everyone else. We forget the person that looks back at us in the mirror. So for that person that feels like, I just need a minute for me. I am doing well, but I know there's more. There's more than I can be doing. There's more than I want. I know that there's something else. I don't feel fulfilled. It's for that person. It's for someone that's open to other possibilities, that will have an open mindset, that will be coachable. If you know it all, then I can tell you. So, be willing to come with an open mind and an open spirit, and just allow God to minister however he chooses to do so. Absolutely. Now, I don't say that it's a religious thing or whatever. It's just organic to who I am as a believer in the Bible, and I don't apologize for that. If someone has a problem for that, this is probably not the event for them. However, it's not churchy, but it's spiritual. And it's biblical. It's, I'm just truly led by the Holy Spirit as I'm doing this, but I do the practical as well, so that they walk away with tangible, physical tools that they can take back into real life.
Excellent. It does. Absolutely. Thank you. Anita, my next question is, and I'm sure a lot of people are curious about this as well, how did this all come about? Like, why did you create the P3 experience? Why did you become an expert in this area?
Good question on that one. I would say by divine appointment. It was, first of all, becoming a coach. And it was one of those things I was looking for, what am I going to do when I grow up? And a lot of us have probably gone through that. As a military spouse, moving around every few years, giving up jobs, starting over, giving up jobs, starting over. I lost myself. I mean, I really, and I didn't know who was looking back at me. And so by divine appointment, God brought me coaching. It's a natural gift that I have, the gift of exhortation, and that is to inspire people, to encourage people, and that's what coaches do. I'm not here to tell people what to do, but I'm here to help them tap into the inner wisdom that God has already put there, to pull that out and be able to attach it to step-by-step, movable goals that they can move forward and actually achieve what it is they're called to achieve. And so I was already coaching and, had different programs like that. And I coached by phone, I coached by internet. But I just thought it was time to kind of step to another level and do more live events. But I still wanted to keep that intimacy of being able to coach, even though I might be doing the event in person. And so it started off as a very small group. And my very first one, I think I had 5 people. I didn't advertise. I didn't do any of this. It was just basically, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I called it Success Movers Breakthrough Experience at the time. Well, you could tell that needed to change. That was not the best title, but hey, that's what I could do. So it was my main thing, Andre, was to just get across that this is about breaking through, and it is an experience of doing that. And God has enabled me to be able to facilitate that each and every time. And the interesting thing is, when the women come together, they don't necessarily know each other. Some of them have never met. But by the time they leave, there is a synergy and a sisterhood that has taken place each and every time that I know no one but him could put together. And so a theme would arise from each one, even though the ladies were different. When they came together, they had commonality. Each group had a different theme because they all were dealing with something different than the other group, but together as a group, they had the same common issue. That was something. So I'm just as amazed as anybody else at the end of the event and what he actually does, because I'm so open to what he has. Yes, I have an agenda. Yes, I have an outline of things, but I truly am in the moment and I'm listening as he's guiding me on what to do for each single woman that walks through the door.
Now, Anita, do you have maybe, because earlier you said this isn't the first one, obviously you've done this several times. Do you have maybe a testimony of some previous experiences of ladies who have attended these events or anything like that you want to share at this time?
Well, again, confidentiality is huge, and that's one of the things that I preach. They have to sign an agreement of confidentiality when they walk through the door. So I always allow them to express their experience that they got from the event. So I'm got to be very careful about that. But I will tell you this: if I've had several return to come back again,
that's a really good sign.
I think that says a lot.
When they come back, that's definitely a good sign. So awesome.
I am always honored by that. I truly am, and I don't beg, I don't ask or anything. And they say, "You have any next one? Okay, I'll be there." I was like, "Oh, well, good. I love to have you." I'm always excited when people come back, and they always gain something more and different. But I've heard, and not to get into specific things, but to be able to communicate better, to go back home and get along better with family. One particular group had sister issues. I don't know what it was about this particular group, but everybody had something dealing with sister family, something. And just to be able to share with them a different way to communicate, a different way to maybe from a different perspective, step into their shoes for a moment with them to help you understand. I don't mean you have to agree. We don't always agree with everybody, but you can come from a place of understanding to be able to communicate better. And then that can relieve you of stress, because a lot of times we get stressed out about stuff. Our blood pressure run up, all that stuff. They own their business, doing their own thing. They are fine. So, who's the person that's being affected and who gets to control that? Well, you do. You can control what you think, do, say, and feel. Anything else? That's on God.
Absolutely.
So that, and I can share this because she did share this publicly, but there was one on the business side where she called me and I was so elated to hear from her. And she said, "Oh, I'm so excited because something that I learned from you at the event, I took back to my company, worked with my employees, and we ended up getting the number one the number one store out of 230 that they earned that award. And I was so happy for her and so thrilled that I could play a small part in that because of something that she learned from coming to the event, and she came back again. So yeah.
Awesome.
And everybody's different. It all depends on what they come with. You get what you put in, and that's with anything. You come expecting with expectation, and I encourage everyone to do that. You will get what you expect because God will be there to meet you for whatever need that is. And I'm facilitating the transformation. I don't take credit for it. I don't do it. I facilitate it. I'm the vehicle. I'm the vessel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, just two more questions. We're right down to the wire, okay? Are you still with me? All right. So my next question, Anita, is if I'm not mistaken, I've done a little research and I discovered that not only do you do a very awesome event for the women that you plan to serve, but if I'm not mistaken, you also plan to do a donation or you donate some of the proceeds to support another organization, which I think is just phenomenal that you do that. So, but my question is, A, I just want to confirm that does that actually happen? But B,
it does.
What organization benefits? Do you have that picked out, or how does that whole process work?
Well, this time I try to find other organizations that support women as well, because women, that's who I'm called to serve. And the one that I'm helping with this time is called the Women's Economic Development Council Foundation. And one thing I love about the foundation is that they also help support women in helping them to be more self-sufficient and to be more independent off of any kind of federal aid or things like that, so they can stand on their own 2 feet. So they educate them as well. They help them with their education, help with college and teaching them different skills on how to cope and to be, again, self-sufficient. And I love that. And that aligns with what I do. So it's just my way of trying to give back. So to raise and give a donation to them from the proceeds from this event. So yeah, it's a purpose with it. We do a PJ party. I don't think we talked about that. That's a lot of fun. And that's on Friday night. And it's strictly social. So I will open that up for other guests to come, and that goes to help support the foundation as well. But it's part of the experience, and it came from each time I would ask for feedback, evaluations. And the very first one I didn't require overnight, and I didn't do a social on Friday night. And it was from the feedback saying, hey, we want something to do. What about a pizza party or something? I thought, that may not be a bad idea. Let's have a pajama party. So it just started from there. And then the overnight, when it used to be optional, now it's part of it, because I noticed the people that stayed overnight got the biggest transformation versus the ones that didn't. So, hey, this is about making a commitment to yourself, to take the time to make the monetary investment in yourself to improve things that you want in life. So, yeah. Can I answer your question? I start talking about it.
Thank you. I have just one final question. You have definitely been a blessing to me during this talk. And I'm sure for the people that will watch this afterwards, they'll definitely receive something. You've dropped so much knowledge and wisdom and pearls to me throughout this conversation. There's people watching, Anita, I'm sure, and they're looking and they're saying, you know what? I really love her energy. I love what she's saying. I want to know more. I want to find out how can I attend or get involved, or maybe I just want to meet her. I don't know. There's people that find you on different levels. How, for our listeners who are interested, maybe attending that event or what have you, how do they get a hold to you? Where do they find you? What's your contact information?
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Go to the letter P, the number 3, experience.com. There's more information on that webpage. And that's where I also ask them to enter in their contact information, name, phone number, email address. So they'll receive an email from me. And from there, I'll get on the phone and, hey, let's have a conversation. Let's see if it's a fit. Because I do realize it's not for everybody. But for those that it is, then there's an invitation for them to join us. So that's the way to do it. And I'm also on social media, Facebook. I think it's Work with Anita. That's my Facebook page. Anita Kirkman. You can look me up in LinkedIn. I don't do the Instagram yet. I know I'm behind the time. I'm working on it, Andre, so hush.
It's gonna happen. I believe.
That LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. And of course, info@visioninpurpose.com. You can always email me. That's info@visioninpurpose.com. Visioninpurpose.com. So that's how you can contact me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Again, Miss Anita Kirkman, thank you for your time. Definitely appreciate you. I know it's going to be a phenomenal event. I can't wait to hear the testimonials that are not confidential after the experience. Hopefully some people will share, and I can bear witness to the awesome thing that you're allowing God to use you for. I think it's something that's definitely needed. I'm a big promoter of business women in general, and just lifting them up and pushing them higher. So again, thank you for everything. Thanks for taking out your time to share with us today.
Thank you for your time. I really enjoyed this, Sandra. Thank you so much.